Good afternoon. Welcome. This is Greg from Chagrin Valley Beverage. And quite a year that we've had at Chagrin Valley. Another year older, another year wiser. And we have a lot of people that we greatly appreciate being our customers and have made this past year very, very, very successful. And a lot of things have occurred over the last year in 2020. Might be a year that we all may want to just simply not remember due to the pandemic and other unrest possibly, but cheers to 2021, and Chagrin Valley welcomes you. One of the things that really came to light this past year was the interest in wine, the interest of people coming in wanting to learn about wine, people not wanting to deal with the stuffiness and the enjoyment. They wanted the enjoyment, no pretentiousness. So we were able to help many people in that regard. Sweet wines, champagnes, sparklings, red wines, blends, the whole bit. We listen to our customers and what they really are looking for. And one of the areas that we really have begun to take off on is actually curating cellars. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that. We've been very appreciative of those that believe Chagrin Valley is the place to go. We at Chagrin Valley Beverage feel three factors have truly played a role in the whole curating of cellars. And first off is the guests, obviously. Our guests have clearly stated to us that they trust us, that they feel very comfortable with us. In doing so, as repeat customers, we have begun to know what their palate is, what they like, what they want to advance to, what their interests are. So those three factors, the trust, the palate, the interests, not to mention not only the drinking of the wine, but wine for gifts and gift baskets that they have. And in doing so, many people have come to us and said, we want to create gifts to put in cellars, whether it's for the family, for the husband, for the wife, all of those type of things. I want to give a couple of quick examples. Many people say, Greg, whatever you think. Well, I need to know from them what their interests are. I'll be very candid and say price ranges do play a role, so we do discuss that. But a good example is I had a customer that said, pick it at all ranges. So that told me I wanted old world, I wanted new world, and I wanted every price point across the way. It was not just California. We had Europe, we had South America, we had North America. And a good example is I wanted to really have all price points, but I also wanted to have some very specific things. I was able to take advantage of the sales with Nickel and Nickel on their 2018 type of vintage. And in doing so, what we have here is the CC Ranch. Good example. CC Ranch is from Rutherford. You've heard about the famous Rutherford dust. So I wanted this family to be exposed to what Cabernet from Rutherford was all about. Another great example of Cabernet coming from Nickel and Nickel is a vineyard in Oakville. So these two areas are really known within the 32-mile range of Napa Valley for growing Cabernet. Cabernet is king in Napa Valley. So Yountville, we had the Rutherford dust, a little warmer area than Oakville, but Oakville is a bit warmer than Yountville is. So we have Yountville, we have Oakville, we have Rutherford, and St. Helena and Calistoga that we're able to choose from. The other thing that we really focus on is great producers. I have believed very strongly over the years that it may not just be a red wine, but who is the producer and what is the region within that wine country. The other thing that I find very interesting and I like to expose our people to is not only is there Cabernet from Napa Valley, but we also have Cabernet from Washington State. And what we have is an area, an AVA, if you will, American Vinicultural Area, from Red Mountain. From Washington, the Cabernet grape from Red Mountain is one of my favorite areas to go towards. So we have many, many different areas. We have many, many different grapes. We have cool climate wines. We have warm weather grapes. We have high altitude, which is a good example with Malbec. This is not an expensive wine, but it's a great producer from a high altitude area within Argentina. Really nice wine. We also like to expose our people, our guests, to champagnes. We have champagnes, we have cavas, we have sparkling wines, we have Proseccos. What we try to do at Chagrin Valley Beverage is get the real champagnes that may kind of be under what I often say the radar. Now, why is that? I love Bella Carte Salam. Why? Because not only do they use the 3 legal grapes within the Champagne region, but they emphasize a specific of the 3 that isn't usually emphasized with most champagne houses. So I picked that for this particular customer simply because it's a little bit different and it creates education, an interest point, and interest. Another area is Italy. We have 20 wine regions within Italy and we have all different price points. Right over here, a nice everyday wine to drink. People will ask, Greg, I want an everyday wine. It doesn't need to be expensive. So recently, in recent times, a lot of the Tuscany Super Tuscans, which are a blend, have really just been called Tuscan blends, not Super Tuscans at this point. And the price ranges for these, under $20, that drink beautifully on a Friday night with anything Italian, anything red gravy, if you will, and so forth. So this is a little bit of what we have, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I love to talk about glassware. I do feel, without being pretentious or elitist, if you will, glassware is most certainly an additive to a experience. We want to create an experience as our guests for you to go home with. We want every bottle to tell a story. And also, in terms of that, we look forward, and I will be preparing very soon a conversation on wine glasses, shapes, sizes, stemware, names, glass versus crystal. So these are the fun things that we want to do with our guests that come into the store. The other interesting thing that we have found is people seeking out times to make appointments. Are you there Saturday? Is Tuesday night better? And that's been a real enjoyment, because what that allows us to do at Chagrin Valley Beverage, whether it's beer, wine, spirits, and especially at certain times of the year, gift baskets that are customized beautifully by a member of the partnership. We can spend that time without feeling rushed, and that time is yours. At this time, what I really want to do is thank the staff, along with our guests, that have made it really successful. I will tell you that we feel very strongly, and I will not accept anything less than outstanding customer service for our guests that walk in that door. That's for sure. We want customer satisfaction at all times. We believe very strongly in the convenience of service, such as curbside, very popular these days, but that has been an initiative of ours from day one. Curbside and home deliveries within a 10-mile range. And quite frankly, there's been a few times I've gone outside the 10-mile range, but don't tell my partners that, because we feel that strongly in doing things for our guests. So we've only scratched the surface here a little bit. And what we want to do, as I alluded to early on, is really thank the customer, because it's about the customer. And as I sit here, we are very, very, very grateful that we've had the opportunity the last year. We will also, on a note of interest, be starting virtual classes. Classes, one-on-ones or home groups, but I've also been speaking with a number of key wineries in California that really want to hook up with Chagrin Valley Beverage, whether it's in Napa, St. Helena, whether it's in Paso Robles, whether it's up in Sonoma. I've been speaking to a lot of people that can really get down to the enjoyment of what their wine is all about. So please remember, we're easy to find, believe it or not. We are at Richmond Road and Emory at 4620 Richmond Road. Our phone number is 216-342-5753. You can stop in anytime. We are open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Sunday, for the customer guest, I guess, availability or simplicity, we offer 11 to 5, okay? And again, please don't forget, we're on social media, all avenues. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And please don't hesitate to like us on Facebook. From the entire group of partners from our staff, we want to thank everybody. We really look forward to a wonderful, wonderful 2021, and cheers.